Welcome back. Episode 20 of the Q Review, brought to you by Barely's House of Blues and Ribs in downtown Halifax. Q Review, your one-stop shop for everything Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, the unofficial podcast of the QMJHL. If you haven't had a chance to go down to Barely's, live music every single night, karaoke sometimes. I got to get out there and do it one time.
You got it.
Theo Yatru with me today. What is up, Theo?
Same studio. I know it looks like my grandma's basement up in here, but we're back and better than ever. Took a little break, but deserving break, but glad we're back.
Speaking of karaoke at Barely's, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, man. You know what? I'm big on Rihanna, and I gotta go Umbrella by Rihanna.
Umbrella, that's a gutty one.
I don't know. I'm not on the T Swift train. I'm on the Rihanna train for sure.
I've always wanted to go duet for Party for Two. Billy Currington, Shania Twain.
I love Billy.
Not the pop version. The pop version's crap.
Mm-hmm.
But Billy Currington with Shania Twain is huge.
Shania Twain, Chris, going to Halifax.
Man, I gotta get out there. Us and Zach LaRue.
Yeah, true.
All right, so let's get into it. Got some news here. Mario Cecchini is the new QMJHL commissioner.
Yep.
Was Gilles Courteau for like 37 years, I think I was reading. Mm-hmm. They even named the championship trophy after him, so a legacy kind of going over to Mario Cecchini. A little bit of his resume. President of the Montreal Alouettes since 2020. President of the QMJHL Members Assembly, called him the obvious choice for commissioner. Mm-hmm. Said there was like 7 candidates, but he was like the obvious one.
Yeah.
May 8th, Cecchini will step in.
There you go.
This weekend, U Sports Hockey Championship is in Charlottetown. 78 Q alumni are in that. Mm-hmm. I was just watching Concordia and UNB. UNB pulled out the 2-1 win. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Lemieux was player of the game for Concordia, and Simon Pinard was the player of the game for UNB, 2-1 win. So pretty good there. And UQTR beat St. Mary's 4-1 earlier in the day. Justin Bergeron, player of the game for UQTR.
I saw that.
Cup with Rouen. So
for sure.
Fun fact, every player on UQTR and Concordia are Q alumni. Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool. 10 from UNB, nice. 3 from Windsor, 13 from St. Mary's, 10 from UPEI. Tomorrow, UPEI plays Alberta. No, UPEI plays Calgary, and Windsor plays Alberta tomorrow.
What was the leading university? Who had the most?
Concordia has 22 and UQTR has 20, but everyone on the team is from the Q.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, big time.
We're getting to that time of year, the off season. So QMJHL draft lottery is going to be on the 26th of April. Mm-hmm. If the lottery was today, the picks would look like 43% chance for Chicoutimi to get first. It was Bathurst's pick, but they got it in the Hendrix Lapierre deal. Mm-hmm. So pretty big piece going back to Chicoutimi from that deal. Mm-hmm. 28% to Val-d'Or, which was the St. John pick, but they got that in the Jonathan Lemieux trade. Speaking of Jonathan Lemieux, mm-hmm. Moncton has a 14% chance. That pick was acquired in the Jordan Spence trade from Val-d'Or. Originally, I thought Val-d'Or had the pick, but then I went back. That trade was back in 2020.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a long time ago.
Yeah. 10% Blainville, who has their own pick, and then Drummondville at 5%.
There you
go. So the 18th seed team, so that's Chicoutimi, according to that, they can't get anything lower than 3rd. And so Val-d'Or can't get lower than 4th. So they're going to get a big prospect.
Yeah.
Do you have any prospects that you have an eye on?
Well, it's just like mostly from Halifax. I've been watching from Ice Jam when we went. Some good guys for sure. Luke Legier is a big from Halifax, Max. His brother, oh, I'm
Sam?
blanking. Sam Legier. He was a good hockey player as well. And yeah, the minor hockey, like I don't really see a whole lot, so I'm not too comfortable. But from Wolfville or anybody like that, do you know anybody from local or what?
No, but I know Elliot Desnoyers' brother Caleb. He's the top seed at prospect right now.
Mm.
And also I don't know if you remember from Ice Jam, Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
He played underage when they went to Telus, and he actually scored the winner. So pretty prestige program in Moncton where they only take one 16-year-old, let alone underager, and Zach Wheeler is taking it by storm so far in the New Brunswick PEI League.
What about the goalie on Moncton Flyers? Is he draft eligible?
Loic Nadeau.
He was good.
He was good too.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at that, but yeah, so some good prospects there. The Q.
Sorry to interrupt, but there's definitely some that we definitely don't know or seen a lot. But
yeah, you guys can check the draft rankings on the Q website.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have ranked by numbers, but it has like all the prospect names that are like expected to go top. I think it's like 4 rounds.
Yeah.
The Q League announced today that the final portion of the QMJHL Cup will be played from April 26th to 30th in Blainville. Anyone that doesn't know what that is, basically like a top prospects tournament. Top 40 prospects from the Atlantic provinces get split into 2 teams, Team Crosby and Team McKinnon.
Yeah.
Quebec's involved as well. 80 prospects get 4 different teams. Team Bergeron, Team Bossy, Team Lafleur, and Team Lemieux. So that'll be fun to watch. I'm hoping it streams somewhere. So
that'd be, I was just gonna say that'd be wicked to watch on
great
TV.
Place to check out your top prospects. CHL top 10 looks pretty different this week. Gatineau, after 19-game win streak, is number 1.
There you go.
Just want to say they started their win streak when I started working for them. So just saying.
You said it. You said it. You might have the magic touch, man.
4 Sherbrooke, 5 Halifax, 6 Quebec Remparts. So huge slip. I think they were 3rd last week. And Victoriaville, honorable mention.
Yeah.
Which they have been all season. So if you look at the Q team of the week, Ivan of the Cape Breton Eagles, 6 points in 3 games. Zach Ravel, former Cape Breton Eagle, now at the Chicoutimi Saguenayens, 5 goals in 3 games, had a hat trick and all 3 goals against Gatineau. But they still lost in overtime. Couple goals against Val-d'Or. Max Pellerin, captain of Victoriaville, 7 points in 3 games. As far as defense goes, you got Ty Higgins, became the first T10 defenseman to record a hat trick against the St. John Sea Dogs, which is impressive because they had like Noah Dobson. Trying to think who else played there. It'll come to me eventually.
Yeah.
Francois Beauchemin played there. And QMJHL Player of the Week, Tristan Leno, 7 points in 3 games. Now leads Q defenseman in points with 74, second in the CHL. This is a name that we haven't heard before. Mathis Lucier.
Oh.
That's because he played his first 3 Q games and was already on the team of the week.
Yeah.
So his stats were 1-1-0-1, 949 save percentage, 205 goals against. Well, some of those stats don't sound that impressive. First career game, 48 saves against Bakemo. Second career game, 37 saves. And then I think he came into relief against Chicoutimi and he had 9 saves.
Damn, we didn't talk about this guy a whole bunch.
Well, he only started last week.
That's I know. That's what I mean. Like,
he's a free agent signing.
Yeah.
So he came out of nowhere, essentially.
That's a huge plus, though, for them.
Oh, big time. That's all I got. You got some weekday games?
Yeah, let's do it. Not a whole bunch of games on March 6th or just in general of the weekend, but we can start with Bakemo defeating Quebec. This was a huge one. I was watching the highlights of this one. The 3 stars, Oliver Carlo on Bakemo. And Justin Robida, second star, had 2 goals, 1 assist. And Matthias Milovsky, this guy's having an unbelievable year too. And Justin Robida, as I was saying, had 2 goals, 1 assist. Matthias Milovsky had 1 goal, 2 assists. And yeah, Quebec, I was watching, I know just from the highlights, you can't really tell, but just like Bakemo just seemed all over them that whole game. The shots were unreal. I think it was 41 to like 30 or something crazy. Might need a fact check of that in a sec. But yeah, no, it was crazy.
Milovsky's also the leading assist person in rookie scoring.
Yeah. Moncton versus Titan. Moncton defeats them 4-1. 3 stars, Vincent LaBelle, 1 goal, 2 assists. Vincent Filion, both Vincent's, he saved 26 shots. And the 3rd star was Cole Larkin, who had 1 goal. And then the Wednesday game, because there's no game Monday. Quebec beats the Huskies 2-1, no overtime. Zach Bolduc gets 1st star. Theo Rochette gets the 2nd star, and Tristan Allard is also having a terrific year for Rouen. Tristan Allard opens up the scoring, assisted by Thomas Verdon. Zachary Bolduc ties it up, assisted to Theo Rochette. And Nicolas Savoie scored the game-winning power play. It was on the dot, too. Absolute snipe. And another Wednesday game, Victoriaville defeats Drummondville 3-1. 3 stars, Igor Gurionov. That guy, Chris? That guy is terrific this year.
Gurionov's having a good year.
Oh, absolutely. Nika, I'm butchering this name. Excuse me, but Nika Prishadov. Prishadov. There you go. Okay. 1 goal, just 1 goal and 1 assist. Igor Gurionov opens up the scoring. Jeremy Lapointe on Drummondville ties it up. And then Victoriaville gets 2 unanswered. And then Thursday, Halifax Mooseheads defeat Titan 4-1. Jordan Dumais had 1 goal, 1 assist. So 1 goal, 2 assists, sorry. And Josh Lawrence gets the 2nd star with 1 goal, 1 assist. And Joshua Fleming for the Titan. Haven't heard of this guy in a while. Saved 25 of 28 shots. And only, yeah. There we go.
Right on. Let's talk about the QMJHL scoring leaders right now.
And let's hear it.
So, if you look down the list, Dumais, 126 points. But your next 5 all have 100 points right now. So,
wow.
Alex Doucette, Josh Lawrence, 105 and 104 respectively. Zach Bolduc, 102. Theo Rochette and Riley Kidney, 100 each.
That's crazy. 100 each.
And I don't think we're talking about Ivan enough. He's 8th in league scoring, 84 points.
How many is he an assist machine too?
Yeah, he's at 55 assists.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is good for
I love that guy. He's a beauty.
If I sort these, he's 8th in assists. So that's not too bad.
Who's first on the list? Can I fact check you?
Dumais.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. Kidney's not far behind with 74. Dumais got 77.
There we go. Okay.
So, Saturday, March 11th, we got Sherbrooke beating Drummondville 7-4. Israel Mananskim, couple goals for the Phoenix. Jacob Melanson, 1st star with a goal and an assist. Let's talk about Jacob Melanson because I was looking at the point streaks just while you were talking. Jacob Melanson's still on a 27-game point streak, 45 points in that span. Riley Kidney, though, 23 games point streak, 55 points.
That's like abysmal. But like Jacob Melanson's the big one because like obviously no offense, but I think Riley Kidney's a better player than Melanson. But from a new team, it's hard getting traded too, like to Sherbrooke. He's playing unbelievable for sure.
And a lot of people were talking about that, like Melanson's success might have been based off kidneys
Yeah, exactly.
making.
Yeah.
So he's really, and I mean, Josh was no consolation prize. You know what I mean? Like he's
proving
still
people
elite,
wrong,
but
man.
but
Yeah.
Jaheim Legacy, Milo Rowlands, Justin Gill, and Josh Waugh got some goals. Justin Cote, a couple goals. Tyler Peddle and Jeremy Lapointe scored as well. Blainville edges Shawinigan 4-3. Alexis Brisson, a couple goals. Justin Carbonneau and James Swan with goals as well. Brisson had 3 points in total. Alexis Bonfant, Felix Lacerte, and Leo Brayard scored for the Cataracts. Bay Camo, 4-0 over Val-d'Or. Olivier Charlot, 16 saves, second shutout of the season. Isaac Dufort got 2 empty net goals. So that's kind of,
Well, two. How do you get two? Just like
Val-d'Or pulled the goalie twice, and he happened to score them both.
That's a stupid question. I don't know. I didn't mean to say how, but I just mean actually that's kind of crazy.
Vincent Collard and Anthony Lavoie also scored. Mathis Lucier, 37 saves. 2 of the goals were empty nets. Val-d'Or in a tough goalie situation right now. They got 2 rookies with Lucier and Xavier Sarro. So Mathis Fernandez is not playing right now. So that's kind of tough. Yeah. Cape Breton, 3-2 over Charlottetown in overtime. Antoine Waugh, 44 seconds into OT, completes the comeback. Ivan, 29th of the season. Sam Johnson with the other. And Oliver Shatney, 40 saves against his former team. Ross Campbell and Joe Marchand scored the Islanders' goals. And that's it for Saturday. Sunday, March 12th. Talked about Bathurst's big win against St. John, 4-3. Ty Higgins, like we said, first defenseman in T10 history to get a hat trick. His third was the OT winner. Donovan Arsenault scored as well. What was that?
I said Ty Higgins is electric to watch.
Yep.
Sure.
Big time. Brady Burns, Alex Drover, and friend of the show, Pete Reynolds, scored the Sea Dogs goals. Rimouski, 3-0 win over Rouen. Lots of shutouts this week. Patrick Hammerla, 35 saves, 5th shutout of the season, tying him for the league lead with Will Rousseau. Mm-hmm. Jan Sprinar, Alex Lefebvre, Luca Varro scored the goals, and Thomas Couture made 22 saves in the loss for the Huskies. This next game was possibly game of the season. 5-2 Gatineau over Sherbrooke. But 5,000 fans saw the win for Gatineau. Only holds 4,000.
Yeah.
So that tells you how electric that game was. Antonin Varro, Olivier Nadeau, Tristan Leno, and Samuel Savoie scored the goals, while Justin Gill and Josh Waugh scored for the Phoenix.
There you go.
Halifax beats Moncton 6-4. Alex Doucette, 3rd hat trick of the season, all with the Mooseheads. Jordan Dumais, Attilio Biasca, and Evan Boucher with the others. Charles Baudouin got first star with 3 points with a goal. Oscar Plendowski, Max Barbashev, and Jonas Tybel scored the others. Jacob Steinman, 39 saves. Fun fact for you, Jordan Dumais, Alex Doucette, and Josh Lawrence become the first trio of teammates to get 100 points in a season since 2005-2006. And the last trio was David Desharnais, Stanislav Lashik, and Maxime Boisclair with the Chicoutimi Saguenayens.
That's crazy.
And they're the first Mooseheads trio since 99-2000 to get 100 points.
Damn.
Ramsey Abid, Brandon Reed, and Benoit Dussablon for the Mooseheads back in 2000. So,
congrats,
special team this year.
Yeah. Oh, big time. And I don't think people are talking about it enough. People don't realize.
Well, I mean, Gatineau's 19-game win streak's kind of shadowing that.
Yeah,
so
they're kind of, yeah, for sure.
Victoriaville beat Blainville 7-2. Tommy Cormier, Maxime Pellerin both scored twice. Thomas Bellegarde, Igor Goryanov, your favorite player.
There you go.
And Pierre-Olivier Waugh scored the rest. Gabe Dagla, 25 saves in the win. Alexis Brisson and Xavier Saracen scored for the Armada. And final game of the weekend, Chicoutimi beats Val-d'Or 6-5 in a shootout. Thomas DeRousseau scored the shootout winner. Zach Ravel with a couple of goals. Romain Rosinski, Emile Duquette, and Loic Urisso scored the rest. Charles-Antoine Beauregard, Zachel Turgeon, Nathan Brisson, Alexandre Guy, and William Prevost scored the fours goals. Both sets of goalies pulled in this one.
Wow.
Philip Cloutier ended up with the win. I'm only on my phone because there's one thing I wanted to look up. It was an Alex Doucette stat, and it was pretty wild. It was about his totals since coming to the Mooseheads.
Before you do that, I just want to give a shout out. You just said about the Moncton Halifax game. My buddy Ben Mercer just got called up for that game, actually. So
okay, right on. Congrats to Ben.
There we go, Ben. Shout out. I think I honestly could be wrong. Might have not even been in Halifax. Shitty friend. Should probably know that, but it's about a week ago.
So I think the thing with Doucette is like since he's joined the Mooseheads, he's got like 28 goals and 4 hat tricks since coming over. Fun fact while we're on the topic of the Q, I fitted skates for Q alumni Colton Ellis today.
There you go.
So it was funny because the scanner that we use for the true skates, brutal.
Yeah.
Well, what it is like it's kind of like a grandma trying to take a selfie when you do it, because before what you would do, you would put up your phone like this to the scanner around the foot. But now they put the screen on the selfie side like this.
Who does that?
True.
No, like why? Like I'm just saying why.
Yeah, so like what I'd have to do, I had to get right by Colton and I had to like hold the selfie cam, and since it's facing like this, I can't see what the screen says. So I'm just going around like this, and he was good about it though. He was a good sport about it, and he's currently going through hip surgery, so he's home. Told me he might live in Halifax for the summer, so
there you go.
Hopefully he gets better. Maybe we'll bring him on the show. I told him about the Q review, and he seemed pretty into it. So
happy to have him.
We'll see what happens there.
He was electric. Like when he was playing, he was one of the best.
He's one of the best goalies in recent memory.
For sure.
All right. So since we don't have an interview for you guys this week, we're going to talk our top 3 dark horse teams to win the Gilles Courteau Trophy, I guess it's called now. So we say dark horse, so we're excluding Gatineau, Sherbrooke, Halifax, and
those are the big 3.
And Quebec.
Yeah, Quebec. Sorry. Yeah.
We took out Quebec. So Theo, who are your 3?
All right. Do you want to do 1-on-1 or just I'll list all 3?
Well, I'm trying to get my document open, so you go ahead.
I'll do all 3. All right. Moncton podcast.
I got it now. We can do 1-1-1.
All right. So Moncton podcast, if you're watching, I'm sorry what I said earlier in the season. I regret deeply what I said about you guys, but I'm on the Moncton train. If Halifax, I know they're rivals, but if Halifax loses, I'm on these guys. Just the forward depth they have with Jan Loshing, that guy's unbelievable. Their goaltending too. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people, but it kind of depends who they play for first round. Would they play?
So I actually had Moncton as one of my teams as well. So what I got for the Moncton Wildcats, if playoffs start today, they're playing Baie-Comeau.
Okay.
Their record against Baie-Comeau this season, they had a 4-3 loss early in the season and then a 5-2 win. Hard to judge when you only play the Quebec teams twice.
Yeah.
But 3rd in the East, 7-3-0 in their last 10.
Yeah.
You were talking about goaltending. Jacob Steinman's won 6 of his last 7. So he's hot at the right time. You talk about playoffs, you got to get hot at the right time. They're doing it.
Yeah.
You mentioned the forward depth, Loshing, Barbashev, Preston Lounsbury's impressing. Plendowski's getting hot. Moran's playing good. Steinman's hot. Like this team could contend if they can get out of the first round. Another thing, they can score goals. They're 5th in the league in goals for. More goals for than Victoriaville, Rouen, Aranda.
You're buzzing right now. Holy shit.
Oh, I had notes, man.
Buzzing.
I told you, man, at the start of the season, the Moncton Wildcats were going to be good. And I'm backing it up. And let's not even get started about the atmosphere at Avenir Center. Like, that Moncton rink holds almost 8,000 people.
Yeah.
As of right now, they have home ice in the first round. So as long as they can stay up on, I think it's think it's Rimouski that they're ahead of. If they can stay ahead of them, then home ice at the Avenir Center is
Yeah.
like it's crazy in there.
Yeah. So let's go here. Yeah, Moncton is up on Rimouski, and then just below Mooseheads right now.
I think they're tied with Rimouski.
20. Where do I go? Points? Yep, 67 points. And then, like I said, Mooseheads are way ahead of both those guys. 99 points. Same with Quebec, and drops down to 67.
You want my second?
Yeah, so your second.
Okay,
You're
so
buzzing.
I got Drummondville.
Okay, all right.
So listen, Drummondville has not had the season that they should have.
Yeah.
Big reason for that, injuries. We talked about with Maverick. Maverick Lamoureux was out most of the season. Justin Cote out most of the season. Riley Mercer out most of the season. Well, those guys are all back.
Petal was out for a bit too.
Who, Petal?
Yeah, Petal was out for the beginning.
Yeah, so those guys are all back. Like they got their, and Luke Woodward told us they could contend as early as this season, and I think they're going to.
Yeah.
You know, they rank top in penalties. Like they're high up there. Their PK and penalty, or their PK and their power play is, I'm sorry, horrendous.
Yeah.
But, you know, they didn't have Lamoureux or Cote on those special teams. And so I think you get those going. What better way to start than playoffs?
Yeah.
So, discipline, they're high up in the standings as far as penalties go. They take a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
They don't call many penalties in the playoffs. So that goes out the window.
Mm-hmm.
They have a tough opponent, Victoriaville, if the playoffs start today. They're 2-3-1 against Victoriaville this season. They play one more time on the 22nd of March. So that's next Wednesday. And so, you know, I think it's the first round that's always tough because think of the Leafs, for example. The Leafs can't get over the first hump of the first round. But I feel like once they finally get over that hump, they'll be buzzing in the playoffs.
It's like Colorado.
What's that?
It's like Colorado. They couldn't win a second round.
They couldn't get out of the first round, and they finally did.
Yeah.
And they won. So I think Drummondville is one of those teams that they can get by Victoriaville. Mm-hmm. They'll be good, I think.
So for my second pick, we're going on disagreement here. I have Victoriaville. That's who mine was. Just like kind of like Moncton, but not really. Just their forward depth with Igor Gurianov, Jordan Cote, Justin Lacrosse, all those guys, big bodies too. That's a big thing. And are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you froze on me. Their goaltending with Yagla. I don't know. Do you think he'll be playing much in the playoffs or
no? Darvo.
Yeah. See what
Darvo has a .930 save percentage. There's no chance that
I know
Yagla's gonna play.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. My bad. But I'm just saying that even not this year, but next year maybe. They're gonna be good for sure.
Now you talked about goaltending. Nathan Darvo, you need goaltending in the playoffs. It doesn't matter how many snipers you have. Ask the Toronto Maple Leafs. It doesn't matter how many goal scorers you have. Your goaltending needs to be solid.
Yeah.
Nathan Darvo leads the Q in save percentage. Actually leads the CHL in save percentage with a .930. Goals against average around .230. So like he could steal multiple series.
Yeah.
That was your second pick?
Yep.
Okay, my third pick, I got the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies.
Same here.
Okay, so
same here.
Here's what I'm thinking. They're sixth in goals against. Thomas Couture, another one of those goalies that could steal a series.
Yeah.
In my opinion. They play Shawinigan if the playoffs start today. Shawinigan in kind of that rebuild stage, although they're sort of speeding up because of Felix Lacerte. 3-2 against Shawinigan this season. They think of it this way. They have home ice right now. 18 points up on Shawinigan for home ice. So it's almost inevitable they're going to get it. And every person we've interviewed says how crappy that road trip is to Rouyn-Noranda.
Yeah, you got dread going there.
Right? So that's a tough barn to go to.
Mm,
And I think similar to Drummondville, if they can get over the first round, I like their chances.
for sure.
They got star power. They got Dylan Gill. They got Tristan Allard. They
Verdon,
got Daniil Borosh, Bill Zonin,
Thomas Verdon.
Thomas Verdon. Like they're good. They're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And they're another team that's rebuilding quicker than they probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had the 6th overall pick last year.
Mm-hmm. There
Those
you
are
go.
my 3 teams.
Oh, you were buzzing, yeah. I have no words. Yeah, that's ours, and I guess we'll have to see how it plans out.
Anyone else you could see?
Honestly, no. To be deeply honest, I'm looking at the standings right now, and I just don't see. Whoops, I'm back on here. Yeah, I just don't see Shawinigan coming back. I know they're 22 point. It's hard to say because the points. Yeah,
I don't like Rimouski's chances.
Yeah, Rouyn's
they
up.
don't score.
Sorry to interrupt.
Rimouski doesn't score enough goals. They're like one of the worst teams in goal scoring. They have less goals for than Cape Breton and St. John.
And Rouyn's up above Shawinigan by like 15 points or something.
So home ice is inevitable. There's only 4 games to go.
Exactly.
So I like it.
People can disagree, but yeah.
Yeah. So I think that might be all we got. We are going to start releasing the all-time teams. I'm going to make a post sometime soon, just kind of like explaining the rules. Because like, for example, we picked based on junior career. NHL career didn't really influence the picks because there's a Q all-time team, as in Q teams, not,
NHL beat Q.
Not NHL meet Q and all that garbage. We also based it on like we said on Q career. So disclaimer, Patrice Bergeron's not on the Acadie Bathurst one because he played 1 season.
Yeah.
That his Q career was good, but he only played 1 season.
Yeah.
So we're interested to see what you guys think of our picks. Feel free to leave feedback. As always, you can follow us on all our socials at QReview_pod. And yeah, that'll do it. I think Barely's House of Blues and Ribs sponsoring, as always, Chris Tracy with Theo Iatru. We will see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys.